Hello everyone, and welcome to this video tutorial. In this video tutorial I'm going to be teaching you absolutely everything you need to know about HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's start with HTML because you're on a mission, you're on a journey of creating an amazing website. So this is a full course on web development and I'd like you to pay attention from the beginning to the end. So in this first video I'll be introducing you to HTML. So what exactly is HTML? So HTML, has its name implies, HTML is not a programming language as people used to call it. Like one of the things you have to debunk out of your brain as an imagined programmer is that HTML is a programming language, CSS is a programming language. None of the two are a programming language. So HTML is called hypertext markup language. So it is not a programming language, it is a markup language. And when they call something a markup language is just like the literal meaning, mark up. It is just marking something up. It doesn't really mean that it is a want to make performance. It's not making much of action. It is a decorative, is a structural language. So what it does is that it gives a frame to a website. So back in the days when there's not much of style, maybe during the days when there are only small phones, you would notice that the styling that you have on small phone is different from the styling you have on Android phone. And the reason is because there is more HTML that is put in use. If you look into browsing many years ago, so you will notice that the way it looks like then, even on desktop, is not the way it looks like right now. So then people use a lot of HTML and little about CSS. So HTML is actually a structural language. HTML is like a skeleton because the website is like a human being. So HTML is like the skeleton of the body, and then we have CSS. So CSS simply means cascading style sheet. So what this means is that is a style, and then we are going to be writing styles inside a sheet. And what we mean by cascading means file upon file. So cascading means window upon window or file or layers, something like that. So it means that there's tendency that when we're writing our CSS code, when we're writing our styling codes, we are going to be putting all our styles in a separate file, different from our main HTML page. So by that, it is a cascading file. So it's a cascading style sheet pattern. And then we have the JS as an acronym, which we call JavaScript. So the JavaScript works with the functionality of the website. So HTML is a structure or the content of the website. CSS is the styles of the website, and JS, which is JavaScript, is the functionality of the website. So let me use an analogy for you to get this very well. And the analogy I'm going to use is a human being too. So a human being has the skeleton or the boning framework. So that is the HTML. So the styles of you have the style, you have your skin, and then the styles to, like everybody, we have complexion, and for that we can have people that are dark in complexion, people that are light in complexion. We have different heights, we have our skin, we have all of this decorative part of us. So naturally we are styled. So that is CSS too. So it brings a form of natural styling to your web page. And we have JS, which is JavaScript, which brings about the functionality of the website. So the functionality of a website can vary in terms of maybe animation, maybe in terms of interaction. There are some websites when you click on something, maybe it rotates, or when you click on an element, there's a pop-up. So when you see all this interactive dialogue, there are functions of JavaScript. So if you see the clock timer that is working on your phone or working on the website, is actually a function of JavaScript. So I would say that HTML is just the basic content that the website is containing, and CSS is the style, the basic styles that the website contains, while JavaScript is the functionality that the website, like the way the website interacts. So we also have another part to JavaScript, which is the fact that we are having we have frameworks to JavaScript. So we have front-end framework in JavaScript, and then we have frameworks that work with backend. So on averagely too, we have PHP, which we are also going to be considering in the course of this lesson, which means hypertext preprocessor. Hypertext preprocessor. So hypertext is not pre-hypertext processor, as some people who are beginners usually call it. Just because you see P style standing in front doesn't mean that it is pre-hypertext. So the P that stands in the front is a decorative P, so from the pre-hypertext, so preprocessor. So we have hypertext preprocessor. So what we use PHP for is that PHP is a server scripting language. I know these are vocabularies right now, but don't mind. You're going to get everything. I'm going to explain everything absolutely to you till you understand. That is my goal. I want you to know this thing so that when you come back, you are able to give me a result. So hypertext preprocessor is a server scripting language. What it does is that it makes the interaction possible between the user and the server. For example, when you type something on a website, let's say you want to submit a form, a contact form, or you want to buy something online. So you fill in your details, or you fill in the form, and you press submit. So when you press submit, what happens is that there's a programming language that works on the form you are pressing. It works on the security, it checks for the security, and then it sends it to the server, it sends it to the database, it stores it. So in that process, we will use a language called structured query language. So structured query language is SQL. So it's a database language. It is not a programming language per se. It is a database language. So, and we now have different patterns in structured query language. You have different database language. We use MySQL. We use MongoDB. We use a lot of them. There are different database that you can use, but for the sake of this course, I'll be sticking with only MySQL and PHP. So the PHP interacts with the website and it submits the information into SQL. The SQL syntax runs and check and put all of the information retrieved inside the database. So this is just the basic model of how the website works for the interaction. So I'll stop this on here, and then I'd like you to just watch the next one. Then the next video, you're going to be writing your first website. So as simple as it may appear, you're starting your next website in the next video. So see you.